Welcome to Wealth Hustle 247 podcast, your trusted guide to financial literacy, business innovation, and entrepreneurial success. Learn how to grow your wealth, make informed decisions, and turn your ideas into profitable ventures.
Fuel your business growth with powerful sales and marketing strategies. In this AI-generated overview of sales and marketing for business growth, learn the proven tactics to attract customers, drive sales, and elevate your brand. Discover how to harness the power of effective marketing to unlock unlimited potential for success. It's time to take your business to new heights. Let's grow together.
Welcome back, listeners. Ready for another deep dive?
I'm all set.
Great! Today we're tackling sales and marketing strategies, but with a twist.
Ooh, do tell.
Our source material today is all about bridging the gap between online and offline approaches, kind of like a one-stop shop for A&Y business.
That's intriguing. In today's world, you'd think everything is online.
Right. But you'll be surprised how relevant some of these offline tactics still are, even in our digital age. We're talking building a powerful brand identity no matter where you operate.
Ah, the foundation. I'm all ears.
And of course, harnessing the power of data to make smart decisions. Because who doesn't love a good data-driven win? Plus, we'll uncover why focusing on solutions, not just features, is crucial for sales success.
Sounds like we've got a packed deep dive ahead.
Absolutely. And any good strategist knows before you launch A&Y campaign, you have to understand the terrain.
We're talking about knowing your market, right?
Exactly. This document really hammers home the importance of understanding your audience inside and out. It's like a general studying the battlefield before launching an attack. Whether you're online or in the real world, knowing your audience is non-negotiable.
Couldn't agree more. For online businesses, it all starts with those buyer personas.
Buyer personas.
Think of them as detailed profiles of your ideal customers. Demographics, interests, pain points, even their online behavior.
So it's more than just knowing their age and location.
Oh, much more. It's about understanding what makes them tick, what keeps them up at night, what are their aspirations. Once you know that, you can tailor your message to really resonate.
Makes sense. So instead of generic marketing blasts, you're hitting them with laser-focused communication.
Exactly. And thankfully, there are tools to help gather these insights. Google Analytics, for example.
Oh yeah, Google Analytics. I've heard the name, but to be honest, analytics can be a bit intimidating.
I hear you. But it's a gold mine of information. It tracks website traffic, popular pages, visitor interactions.
So you can actually see what's working and what's not.
Precisely. Imagine you're running an online bookstore.
Okay, I'm picturing it.
Google Analytics can tell you which genres are most popular. Are people browsing on their phones or desktops? What time of day are they most active?
Wow, that's actually pretty useful.
Right. You can use that data to tailor your marketing, suggest relevant books, even optimize your website for a better user experience.
I'm starting to see the light.
Glad to hear it.
Now, what about those operating offline? They don't have fancy digital tools, so how do they get those insights?
Well, the document emphasizes word-of-mouth insights. Talking to existing customers, employees, even suppliers, they all have valuable perspectives.
So good old-fashioned conversation.
It's surprisingly effective. Don't underestimate the power of asking the right questions, and don't forget observation.
Observation.
Walk into a competitor's store, pay attention to their layout, their pricing, how they interact with customers. You can learn so much just by observing.
It's like being a detective, gathering clues about your target audience.
Exactly. Whether it's online or offline, it's about being strategic and proactive in understanding your market. Think of it this way.
Okay, I'm listening.
Imagine opening a bakery. Would you bake a bunch of cakes without knowing what the locals like?
Definitely not. Are they craving custom creations or simple classic treats?
Exactly. You need to understand your market before you bake a single cake. It ensures you're creating something people actually want.
That's a delicious analogy. Speaking of creating something appealing, let's talk about brand identity. It applies whether you're selling cakes or consulting services, right?
Absolutely. And consistency is key, both online and offline. Your brand message, logo, colors, tone, everything needs to be in sync.
Oh, I've totally seen those brands where the online and offline presence feels totally mismatched, like two different companies.
Right. It's jarring and erodes trust. Customers need a cohesive experience, no matter how they interact with you.
Makes sense. But a good brand is more than just a logo, right?
You got it. The document emphasizes the importance of a unique value proposition. What sets you apart? What's your special sauce?
So it's not just about looking good. It's about communicating what makes you unique and valuable.
Exactly. And storytelling is a powerful tool for that.
Stories.
They help people connect on an emotional level. Think about Nike or Apple. Their logos and slogans are instantly recognizable because there's a powerful narrative behind them.
Ah, so it's not just a logo, it's a story.
Now, once you've laid that groundwork,
Yeah.
understanding your market and crafting a compelling brand, it's time to spread the word. And that's where things get really interesting because now we're entering the world of marketing strategies.
And this is where the online-offline split really comes into play.
Absolutely. Online, you've got a whole digital arsenal. SEO, social media, email campaigns, the list goes on.
Before we go too far, can we talk about SEO for a second?
Of course.
I know it stands for search engine optimization, but it's always felt a bit like a black box to me.
It can seem that way. Imagine you're looking for the best sushi restaurant in town.
I do love sushi.
So you Google best sushi near me. SEO is all about making sure your restaurant pops up at the top of those results.
Ah, so it's about being found in the vast digital sea.
Exactly. It involves using the right keywords, having great content, and structuring your website so Google can easily understand it.
So even brick and mortar businesses need to care about SEO.
Think about it. If someone hears about a new store, what's the first thing they do?
Probably Google it. I know I do. Check out their website, maybe read some reviews.
Right. So even if you're primarily offline, a basic online presence can be a huge asset.
Got it. But of course, offline businesses have their own marketing tactics. What does the document say about that?
Well, it mentions traditional advertising, like print media, radio, and TV. But it also highlights the power of word-of-mouth marketing.
Word of mouth, you mean like telling your friends?
It's more than just casual chatter. Think about it. Are you more likely to try a new restaurant because you saw an ad or because a friend raved about it?
Probably because my friend recommended it. Those personal recommendations carry a lot of weight.
Exactly. It's the most authentic form of marketing. And speaking of building authenticity and trust, that brings us to our next big topic, building relationships.
I think that's more relevant offline, but the document emphasizes it for both online and offline businesses.
And rightfully so. Business is all about relationships. Whether you're at a local market or running a global e-commerce empire, building connections is key.
It's true. Business really is about people, isn't it?
Absolutely. And online businesses have some pretty powerful tools to nurture those relationships. The document mentions CRM systems, customer relationship management.
CRM. That sounds a bit technical.
Think of it as a super-powered address book. It helps you track interactions, personalize communication, and provide top-notch customer service.
So instead of blasting everyone with the same message, you can tailor your approach.
Exactly. Let's say you run an online clothing store. Your CRM tells you a customer loves dresses.
Okay,
You can use that info to recommend new arrivals in her style, offer birthday discounts on dresses, even suggest matching accessories.
it's like having a personal stylist for every customer, but automated.
Precisely. And while offline businesses might not have those fancy systems, the principle is the same. Create genuine connections.
Like the barista who remembers your usual order, or the bookstore owner who recommends books based on your past reads.
Exactly. Those personal touches go a long way. Now, here's something that surprised me. The document's emphasis on loyalty programs.
Loyalty programs. I thought those were mostly for online stores, like earning points and stuff.
They can be just as effective offline. Think about the classic punch card at your local coffee shop.
Oh yeah, buy 10, get one free. I love those.
Right. It's simple but powerful, rewarding loyal customers and encouraging them to come back for more.
And everyone loves a freebie.
Exactly. Whether online or offline, loyalty programs make people feel valued. It's a win-win. Customers feel appreciated, and businesses get repeat customers.
Makes sense. So we've covered understanding the market, building a strong brand, getting the word out, and nurturing relationships. What's next on our sales and marketing agenda?
Data. The document stresses the importance of data-driven decisions, no matter what kind of business you're running.
It's about taking the guesswork out of the equation. But I imagine how data is used online versus offline must be pretty different.
For sure. Online businesses have tons of data at their fingertips. Website traffic, conversion rates, customer acquisition costs, you name it.
They can really dive deep into the numbers.
They can even use something called A/B testing to optimize their strategies.
A/B testing. I've heard of it, but never really understood how it works.
It's like a science experiment.
Yeah.
Say you want more people to click on a banner ad.
Okay.
You create two versions of the ad, maybe different headlines or images. Then you show version A to half your visitors and version B to the other half.
Ah, I see where this is going.
You track which one gets more clicks. That data tells you which version is more effective so you can fine-tune your ads for maximum impact.
So you're basically letting the data guide your decisions.
Exactly. Now, offline businesses might not have access to those fancy analytics, but they can still gather valuable data.
What kind of data would that be?
Simple things like reviewing sales figures, customer retention rates, even feedback from those suggestion boxes.
So even noticing a dip in sales can be a valuable data point.
Absolutely. It could mean a new competitor popped up or customer preferences have changed. Maybe your pricing needs adjusting.
It's about being observant and using those insights to adapt your strategy.
Exactly. Say you own a bookstore and notice that customers who buy travel guides often also buy language learning books.
Interesting.
That's valuable data. Maybe you create a display with both travel guides and language learning books together.
Smart. It's all about spotting those patterns and capitalizing on them.
Right. Now, all this data gathering and analysis leads to the heart of it all, the art of the sale.
Yes.
Closing the deal. It's not just about pushing features, though. The document emphasizes solving problems. Whether you're online or face-to-face, it's about understanding the customer's needs.
Show them how your product or service can make their life better.
Exactly. Build trust. Online, that might mean guarantees, detailed product descriptions, customer reviews, even video demonstrations.
So you're not just telling them, you're showing them.
Right. Offline, it's about creating a welcoming environment, offering personalized recommendations, letting customers try before they buy.
It's about building that trust and rapport.
Now let's talk tactics. The document mentions upselling and cross-selling. Applicable in both online and offline scenarios. You've probably experienced this yourself online. Ever notice those you might also like recommendations?
Oh yeah, all the time. And I admit, I sometimes click.
That's cross-selling in action. Upselling is like when you order a small popcorn at the movies.
And they ask if you want to supersize it for $1 more.
Bingo. Both upselling and cross-selling are about strategically offering additional value to the customer.
If it's done right, everyone wins.
And that brings us to a critical point, the need for constant evolution. The business world, both online and offline, is constantly changing.
It's like you're running on a treadmill. You can't stop moving.
Exactly. Online businesses need to stay on top of trends, experiment with new platforms, and constantly analyze their data.
And for those operating offline, how do they stay ahead of the curve?
The document suggests attending industry events, networking with other business owners, even seeking out mentors, and never underestimate the power of feedback, even in the offline world. Encourage customers to share their thoughts, good or bad.
It's like having a built-in focus group, always giving you insights to improve.
Precisely. Ignoring feedback is a surefire way to lose customers. Whether it's praise or criticism, it's valuable. It helps you grow.
Right. So we've covered understanding your market, building a brand, getting the word out, building relationships, using data, the art of the sale, and the importance of adapting to change. Anything else we should hit in this deep dive?
One last but crucial point. Mindful spending. The document emphasizes managing your budget and resources, no matter what kind of business you're running.
Makes sense. Even with the best strategies, you can't just throw money around.
Exactly. Online, you have to think about marketing, sales, product development, customer support, website maintenance. Lots to consider.
It's a lot to juggle. What about offline businesses? How do they approach budgeting?
The document highlights maximizing local resources, partnering with other businesses for promotions, taking advantage of community events, even bartering services to save money.
Being resourceful and creative with your budget.
And here's a tip for both online and offline businesses. Reuse and repurpose. Let's say you create a great infographic for your website.
Okay, I'm visualizing it.
Could you turn it into a printed flyer for a local event? Or break it up into social media posts?
Give it a second life. Reduce waste A&D. Maximize your investment. Smart.
It's all about being efficient.
Well, I'd say we covered a lot of ground today. From understanding your market to mindful spending, we explored a whole range of strategies for businesses, both online and offline.
What struck me about this document is that it really emphasizes how connected those strategies are. Whether you're strictly online or have a brick-and-mortar shop, understanding both sides gives you a more well-rounded approach.
It's like having a full toolbox. You might not need every tool for every job, but knowing what's available makes you a more skilled craftsperson. So here's a thought for our listeners. What's one unexpected offline strategy you could use in your business or personal life?
Maybe it's sending handwritten thank you notes, or partnering with a local charity for an event. Could be as simple as striking up conversations at industry events or just around your neighborhood.
So many possibilities.
The point is, get creative.
We encourage you to keep exploring these ideas. Do some research, read more about it. The key takeaway is this. Sales and marketing are about connecting with people, building relationships, and offering value. Whether you're doing that online, offline, or a mix of both, those principles are constant.
Remember, business is a journey. Enjoy the ride, stay curious, and always be learning.
And on that note, we'll wrap up this deep dive. Until next time, happy selling.
That's it for today's episode of Wealth Hustle 247. Be sure to follow, like, comment, and share with others. Keep pushing toward your goals, and we'll see you in the next episode.